But I wanted to ask you, what do you do when you have everything everywhere all at fucking once?
Oof.
Well,
You trip balls. Just trying
Well,
to
I'll be honest with
comprehend.
you. I'll be honest with you. This movie, for people that have never done any psychedelic, um, items,
Mhm.
which like us that we haven't done it, this would be a great way to know what that might feel like.
This is like a gateway.
I wouldn't say a gateway. A24 gateway to drugs, maybe.
No.
Studio
Th-
A24, we love them. They did that movie X that we liked, but they have weird
did the
ones.
whale?
They did the Whale,
Oof.
which
When I
people
when I
that
saw
haven't
that
seen
shit.
it, don't buy food before it. Not a good trick. But no, everything, everywhere, all at once. When the movie starts, and this is the second time that I saw it, before the review. But the first time, right, you don't know what the movie's gonna be about, and it just looks like a little Asian American family, and you look at what they do, and you're like, oh, this is probably gonna be like a movie that's gonna be very much like a story they tell. And then the first sign that you see something is strange is when through the cameras of the laundry mat, you see the dad who's always like very mild and very calm, doing some like ninja flips, and you're like, whoa. And then it's funny because you're like, whoa. And it could be that you miss it. If you're not looking, you could miss it. But you're like, wait, what? And that
What the
already
fuck?
gets you in like excited. You're like, oh shit, there's gonna be some weird shit happening, but I don't even know where. And it keeps getting weirder. And at times you kind of have to be sort of in it to track it. But man, I'm really happy that it won all the awards that it won.
Mhm.
It was a beautiful movie, and it had so much good feeling in it, and so much self-reflection to yourself about life and what matters. And I don't know, I really love this movie. What do you guys think?
Oof. This movie was it had a rough start because of how crazy it was, but it kept building and building and building. You're like, oh shit, like where's this going? Like when they started introducing like the little ticks, like you have to do certain ticks to go into different characters. You're like, what the fuck? That was intense. That was intense. Definitely do not watch this with your parents because of the whole trophy scene.
Oh yeah,
What, what was the trophy scene?
the
where
the
like one
trophy
of
scene
the
with the guard, the guard and the trophy scene.
yeah, like one of the triggers to go into the different mode was like sticking a trophy up your
Ah,
rectum.
okay.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind that with my parents. I just think if I watch this with my parents, they would just be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this? Is this like one of these
Exactly,
drug movies you watch?" Like,
like
even though it has such a deep and like lovely message, but
right, right.
it is a weird one. And it is true that like the whole concept of the donut and the donut having all of the anxiety and bullshit in it, or
Mhm.
it is a metaphor that maybe doesn't fully make sense, but you kind of have to suspend belief there and let that just ride on its own, and
Mhm.
just worry about what that's trying to really make you look at, which is which is that balance between the guilt of not achieving things in life and also enjoying the small things. I mean, we could debate what the movie's message was really about, but that's sort of what I got from it. And it hit me in the feels in many parts. I felt related to the characters many times.
Mhm. 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 my
Yeah, more
my
so the mom. The mom that reflected on her life a lot and her actions and decisions and looking at her husband sometimes and like, hey, do I really want this? Do I appreciate this? Yeah, I
did I
caught
make the right
myself reflecting on
choice?
my own life.
Mhm.
Caught myself reflecting on my own life, my own decisions, and analyzing the route that I took and how I ended up in the position that I'm in now. And yeah, I think that alone was pretty deep about the movie.
I think the most powerful scene it was the most stoic, which was the rock scene, like where the two girls are just rocks and they're just talking to each other, and like the what they talk about, and how like you just have to like appreciate what you got, and like this could have been this could have been your reality. You could have just been a rock for your entire life, but look at where you're at. You could achieve anything, like with your life, and it was strong. It was hard.
And like the real metaphor of the donut thing and everything everywhere all at once is sort of like this feeling of just letting go and not giving a fuck. And she almost gets the mom to get convinced into going into the black donut hole, because she's like, look how it feels. Do you see what happens when you see everything everywhere all at once? You see that it's all nothing, that nothing really matters. And doesn't that make you feel like a calm, soothing thing, that you don't have to try and you don't have to care about, did you achieve this? Are you making your parents proud? Are you doing the things by the standards of society that you're supposed to be doing at this age and shit? And it's like, if you drop all that and you don't give a fuck, nothing matters. And part of that to me was appealing, because sometimes there's been situations where I wanted to feel like that, and I kind of push that feeling towards me, because I kind of want to feel that, hey, fuck it all, right? But it's funny how at the end the mom brings it back and sort of lets her know, no, like everything we do, this thing like that we live together as a family, and these experiences that we have is what matters. And it matters so much that we should enjoy them and keep pushing forward despite the difficulties of life.
Despite nothing mattering, but at least this matters, like us here now.
And even if we have this shitty laundromat, like
Look how goofy your dad is.
look at the retard I fucking married. You want to complain about your life?
I didn't. I should have rewatched the movie before we're talking about it, because I remember watching it and I remember that the dad is aware that he plays that role. Like I think there was a scene, right, where he kind of steps out of it and he's like, "Look, I know I'm a dickhead, and I know that I am this way, but it's better to be this way and to be a bit naive, but be happy-go-lucky, because what's the alternative? To be a sour piece of shit?"
I'm not sure if he says that like that, but I think they do. She realizes at the end that, like, because she's so crazy in a way, and so worried about things and stressed the fuck out, and has a strong character that she has to deal with, life has matched her with a couple that's kind, mild, and calm, that matches her intensity in a way where he helps her be who she is, and vice versa. And the whole movie sort of tells you, like, oh, she's feeling like, did I make the right choice? Like what Adrian was saying, I married this dude who's like, you know, and then at the end she realizes, like, oh, I'm a bitch for actually not appreciating how nice he is, you know. So yeah.
Right. But he's aware of how nice he is, and he does it intentionally, right? Pretty sure there was a scene where he's like, "Look, I know that I'm silly."
No, I think that's like himself, but in another world, in another dimension, where he comes back, because he would get into the body of himself, and then he would tell her, like, not the real him, but like the other guy that's coming from the other world, like, hey, by the way, yeah, I'm not your husband. This is like another version of me that's a lot cooler, and I don't make noodles and shit. I'm fucking bitches left and right. I go to the strip club. So he might be silly and shit, but I'm not. Okay, like, don't get confused.
Don't get into it. The same face.
Same face, but he's not like below. It's a different thing.
Bro, the spaghetti fingers, bro. That was hilarious. Or like the sausage fingers.
The sausage.
All right, uncomfortable silence, and that one is sometimes important.
My AirPod died.
His AirPods died. Okay.
Yeah, the sausage fingers. Well, what was he, bro? Everybody won an award for that movie.
Yeah,
Jamie
they
Lee
got best
Curtis.
movie, right? They got like best editing, actors, and you know that guy is the little boy from the Goonies and Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he won. Jamie Lee Curtis won. Best original screenplay. Best. Did it win best directing too?
Maybe editing, I think. And apparently, the guys learned how to edit on YouTube.
Holy crap!
Yeah, no, I think that, and I remember when we watched this movie, we really liked it. For some reason, we didn't review it back then when it came out, like a year ago. But I'm so happy that he won all those awards, and yeah, man, it really touched on a deep level, but still made it funny and weird. And one thing that I don't know if you guys noticed in this era where everything is so politicized and every movie or show has like a political tint. This movie didn't touch on any of that. It was just entertaining. It showed how like this Asian American family goes through these struggles, and the father of the mom, right, the grandpa, coming from like another tradition where they can't even imagine what a lesbian is, right? So it's like they don't know how to even tell the guy. But I thought it was really funny that that guy in other dimensions had like this little wheelchair with like a booster, and he would go he would go and like murk people. It was funny like that. That whole thing made it really really fun. And yeah, you were saying, John, like the things they would need to do to trigger themselves to go to another dimension. It's like paper cut. Like yeah, like break your arm, like pee on yourself. That was really cool. Yeah, it was a super fun movie. Um, and it's become a meme. That phrase at the end, like in another life, I would have loved to, do laundry and taxes with you. For our like, it's become a meme because it's now being used a lot, and I always thought like that was such a beautiful line. It's like, look, I would love to be with you, and we could do the most mundane shit ever, and I'll still be happy because we're together and living life daily. So it makes you think about how much you don't appreciate the shit that you have, and how you're always on the come up for something better. And
Yeah, you take
also,
what you have for granted.
how this generation of like people coming up now, like the kids that are 18 now, I feel like because of social media and how accessible you have everyone in the world, you almost feel like you could never feel certain that what you have is good enough and that you could get something better. Like in the Miami life, you guys go out sometimes, have fun around the night establishments. And it could be that people have this culture where it's like, wait, let me wait until the very end to make sure that whatever I do today is the best plan possible. So I wait until the end to see if something better comes up, right? So I don't really commit to anything because who knows if like a better party comes or a better gathering. And that's what people's mentality is with everything now these days. It's like, no, let me wait it out. Let me search more. And even when I got something, it's like maybe I can get something more. And sometimes we don't appreciate the more important things. And this affects us too. I mean, we're older generation, but we still get affected by those social media, you know,
The FOMO,
the FOMOs, that's what it's called.
like the fear of missing out.
Oh shit, I didn't even know it was like a thing. You said it so casually, like, yo, as a FOMO life.
That FOMO life.
More like,
Fear of missing out. Oh shit. And is that could you elaborate a bit on that? Because you said that so casually and then
I mean,
provided
that
no
term,
context that I feel a little bit.
that term's been around for a while. It's a feeling that you get when you see people post on social media like, "Oh, I'm at this party" or "I'm here," blah blah blah, and you're there's a fear inside of you that you're missing out on an opportunity to socialize with your friends or family, missing out on an event that you wanted to go to, missing out at a location, missing out on seeing your favorite artist, play, and it kind of, to a certain extent, gets you depressed. To not be like, you're focused on the fact that you're missing out over there, but then you don't realize that you're also missing out in here by being depressed because you're missing out over there.
So it has double miss out.
Because you're not enjoying what you're doing at the moment, which could be hanging out with your kids, hanging out with your family, watching the TV or a series or something that you've been wanting to watch. So
I mean, understandable though, because hanging out with your kids, your family, who wants to do that?
versus going to see
FOMO
Drake.
alert. It's a FOMO alert right there.
Versus going to Ultra, going to Miami Music Week, going to see Drake,
babysitter,
going to a strip club,
FOMO alert right there.
Going to a friend's birthday, like you're missing out. You're afraid of missing out.
Have you been a victim of the FOMO monster?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we all have at some point in time in our lives.
Yeah. Okay. It's true. Okay. The FOMO it's like an epidemic of FOMO right now.
And that is amplified by social media.
I sometimes have experienced a different type of fear, which is called the phobia, which is fear of being included, which is the opposite. Like they include.
Like when there's a wedding coming up, you're like, oh god,
fuck.
The phobia, that phobia hits hard. And if the wedding is someone very creative, very adventurous, they're like, hey, we're going to Crete, Greece.
Oh.
What the fuck?
You need to rent a helicopter.
We decided to have our wedding, in a nice little quaint spot on the dark side of the moon. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You need to travel on a
You need to call SpaceX. That's Elon Musk company.
Fuck.
And you need to book a plane. You need to book a shuttle, bitch.
Book a rocket.
When we say we're having a honeymoon, that's for real. Why is it called a honeymoon? I never got that.
La luna de miel. I don't know.
I like how you said that. It was like a very like a Latino actor, like La Luna de Miel. It's like
like a TV show.
Yeah, it's like the type of shit like that would make Tiffany from Wisconsin, get moist
in the general areas.
Okay, everything, everywhere, all at once. You know what's funny? And I don't want to get political, but I will. This movie, you never think, oh, this is a nice Asian movie. Or, oh, this is a nice movie with ethnic characters. No, you just feel this is a great movie. And you don't even think about the other stuff, because when a movie is good, the diversity comes as an organic thing of the movie. Yeah, exactly. An organic component. It's not a requirement. It was never to be started. It was just a great story with a great message. And I actually found it cool that you use this Asian American culture to see it through those eyes, because it was relevant to the story. Mm-hmm. Because the girl was an immigrant, daughter of immigrants, and you related to that shit because we're kind of children of immigrants, right? I mean, I'm an immigrant myself.
For like a first generation,
a legal one.
For a first generation American immigrant, yeah.
So you could relate how, like, yeah, my mom wouldn't understand this, Yeah, I like guys and girls.
What?
Then you have to explain to fucking grandpa.
Fucking grandpa.
Who fought in the war. Who killed people in Viet Cong.
Now he's gotta deal with this shit.
Now he's gotta know, why you fucking going to, Party City and whatever.
So
Spencer's are buying weird things.
Now the grandpa has phobia.
Yeah, he has.
Fear of being canceled.
Okay, so that FOMO.
He has FOK. FOK, fear of knowing.
Fear of knowing.
Fuck.
No, that FOMO. I mean, that's I think hurting a lot because in the past it was the other way around to the other extreme where like you're born in Alberta or whatever town, and then there's only three girls your age, and
Oof.
and you gotta choose from one of them.
Like a Pokemon.
Starter. You get a starter Pokemon.
You don't have like, and that's a little restrictive, right? You're like, oh, I only get choice of these three. God damn.
Oof.
And but now people have access to a billion people. So it's completely to the other side where it's like it's unrealistic and it's irrelevant. Like, and people think that because you maybe see on Instagram some girl that's super fine, that means that there's something else out there, and it distorts the way people look at beauty and look at people and look at the lives of others in social media. I think we're still learning how to cope with it, you know. I think the older generation has a little more of the other stuff from before where you could get a little more sense of what real stuff is and what matters. But for younger kids that have grown with technology, I do see how that FOMO could hit harder. You know, maybe like you could start like, I don't know. I know you have kids, Adrian. Do you know if in the schools there's like any FOMO clubs or FOMO awareness month?
Not that I know of. And now I have FOMO because I don't know about it.
Right? You
I
might be
remember-
right now. You might be FOMOing out on some like
I'm
important.
FOMOing out. I'm physically here, but I'm FOMOing mentally.
Okay, no, we could tell.
I remember FOMO was around since high school, since middle school. Like, so you have to, everybody's going to a party on Friday, you have to stay home and study for a test. Or mom doesn't let you go, whatever.
Right, but that's more like a homo.
FOMO. All right. Kiko's been waiting for that one.
He want to let that rip.
No, I did it.
He's been waiting. How can I?
That one kind of just happened by instinct. I didn't even.
It was natural. It was you know, it happened organically.
I mean, that's how kids would bully you back then. Like, no, hey, I'm gonna stay home and study. They'll be like, hey,
Yeah,
You're a homo.
stay home with me. Homo.
I need to pass this test. You know.
All right, homo.
And how you were all.
That word has been used in a while. Bring it
Right.
back.
It's a weird one, right? When you bring it back like that.
Damn.
The other day I was on the podcast, the Spanish one, but the guy I do it with, right? He also grew up in Miami, and he was talking about how like he would get bullied and he would be called the F word, you know.
Fucktard?
No, that one's still going.
It's a relation.
That one's still going round like it's nothing.
It's a relation to the other one that we just said.
Yeah, it's in relation to the
Yeah,
to
no.
the other one.
Kiko would say,
And I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. Like Eminem was doing songs about that, like no love, like you know, and like now it's weird, right? Because of the FOMO, pretty much. You don't want to miss out on like the new culture and shit. Okay,
New culture.
so everything everywhere all at once. I don't know. I just can't say anything else except that I really enjoyed it. I don't think it was too long. I think it was 2 hours or less, which I appreciate.
Sorry.
bless you, Jim.
Sorry.
Do you think that the scene with the IRS is consistent to you know to how people look at the IRS in the U.S.?
Probably.
Or are you scared to talk about that? Giving me more of a reason to think.
Yeah, giving you FOMO about IRS.
Because I think that's how they made it look like it was a scary place, you know.
They're like a pain in the ass. Well, they're using everything as a business Right up,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if we're fair about this, you kind of wanted to feel like, man, they're hurting the small immigrant business owner, but it's like, bro, you're straight up committing fraud. Like, it's like vacation to Disneyland. It's like,
Business expense.
it's like,
Well, I think they
yeah,
were chalking up their own like dinners.
yeah, they were putting in there shit that you shouldn't, and that's the type of thing that ends up looking bad on the immigrant, and that's what they don't allow us in. Then, I mean, not. I say us. You guys are American citizens.
That could also be from a lack of knowing the system and how it works. Like maybe you put out maybe you put in that expense not knowing that it was part of it. But I mean, assuming how long have
Okay,
they been?
let me put this expense because I don't, you know,
I don't know how this works.
my understanding is that whatever I spend in life should be taken off my
I
taxes.
can write it up.
Well, I mean, like I run the business, right? And I needed to take a mental health day, so I went to Disney, and it's part of the business. Like in order for the business to keep running, I need to take this mental health day. Otherwise, I'm just gonna shut it down.
Right.
A case could be made.
Okay. I mean to be fair, that is the case that like executives use, right? They're like, if I didn't go to these expensive ass restaurants and fuck these whores, this company couldn't stay afloat. I needed to release
I had to take a sabbatical. No, how many times have you heard that?
with 75 Scandinavian whores.
Speaking about Scandinavia, um, that's actually where the term honeymoon comes from.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I was going to bring it up at the end, but now you brought up Scandinavian. Honeymoon comes from the term for during the first month of marriage. They usually drink mead, which is fermented honey, and they know it's a month because they would look up for the moon cycle. So you're supposed to drink the mead or the honey, fermented honey, during the moon cycle, the first moon cycle when you get married, to increase the likelihood of you conceiving.
Okay.
That's where
So the honeymoon is actually meant to be a month of fucking.
Essentially.
basically.
Okay. Okay, and
That sounds
mead.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. So, like, technically speaking, a honeymoon should be a whole month in a resort in Punta Cana with liquor included on a daily basis, eating.
Mead.
I mean,
mead, which is fermented honey.
Mead.
Well, I mean, I think it's more of a concept. You could do mojitos, and I think.
Yeah, but you gotta. I would say at least start the first night with the mead, and then
Yeah.
the rest of the nights do whatever you want.
I'm not sure if mead is something that people drink today. I think it was more like the Game of Thrones days.
I would like to try it. I mean, now I have FOMO for mead.
Right. That's
When I
Right.
get married, I'm definitely doing this.
For
gonna do
sure.
it for a whole month?
Now I have to get married to a Scandinavian girl.
After 30, can your body take? After 30, can your body take 30 days of
straight
of alcohol and sexual deviation?
I can try.
I will try. Goddammit.
I'll try my damnedest.
I
All
believe I
right.
will try, Kiko.
You better believe.
I'd be like 50 Cent. Get fucked or die trying.
Get fucked.
I don't think that's.
Wait, that's not the album. That's not the album.
No.
Maybe that's
know what movie
is that the remix?
In my honeymoon, I'm getting fucked. Or I'm dry trying.
I don't know what movies John's watching these days.
Are you watching everything, everywhere, all inside me? What?
Get fucked or die trying.
Found it on the hub.
8 Mile cock.
I think this movie shows that even the cliche thing of appreciating the small things is important. Appreciating the relationships that you have with friends and family and the people that you love, and also appreciating, even if you're like in a shitty situation, in a shitty job, if you can have one time in the day where you're maybe smoking a cigarette, smoking another substance, having a tea, a coffee, and you're thinking about the grandness of the world and the fact that you were born in this era to see this and to have the relationships you have. that you should be appreciated and shouldn't be taken for granted. So yeah, I don't take you guys for granted, and I'm very appreciative of you guys and what you guys have been for me. And I think this movie makes you appreciate all those beautiful people that you meet in life. And now I kind of want to have sausage fingers. I will give this movie an 8.5. I loved it. Yeah. What do you guys give it?
I give it a 9. I could watch this movie anytime, anywhere, all at once.
All inside of me. What?
All inside of me.
My girlfriend hasn't seen it yet, and I've been dying to watch it with her because it's a feel-good movie. It's fun, it's funny, and it has that deep message of appreciation. And yeah, I want to share that experience with her. So I don't know. I really like this movie. The first time I saw it, it was great, and I've been dying to watch it again. So I give it a 9.
If you want to make the experience a little plus, order Chinese takeout. Sorry, go on, DJ.
I give it a 9. The only reason I don't give it a 10 is because I tried one of the ticks and it didn't work. I didn't change it to any. I didn't get any powers or anything like that.
Okay.
The one with the trophy. I tried that one and it didn't work.
Is the trophy okay?
That wasn't your tip, John.
You know, I just got to keep trying different things, right?
It's not a trophy that you needed.
Okay, so that's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like an 8.75 or 8.666.
Pretty heavy
sorry,
on the
a
Richter
7.
scale.
Yeah, 8.6. Because it's 2 9s and an 8.5. What's that?
That's actually a little bit more.
It's quite the
9,
earthquake.
9 plus 9 plus 8.5.
8.833333.
Damn, that's pretty high out there. Okay, 8.8.
Might be one of our highest. I don't know if we reviewed her.
I think we've had maybe like a 9 or a 9.5.
Yeah.
Gladiator or no?
Gladiator, I think was.
Yeah, maybe, one of those classic ones.
Yeah.
Maybe what was the one with Denzel Washington? The football one?
Oh, remember the Titans?
Oh,
I think that was a 10 for me.
What about that one with Bradley Cooper? Did we put that one up there or not?
Nightmare Alley?
Oh shit, that one was good. The Labyrinth of.
Yeah, I lost the list.
We've done many movies.
What was that one called? The Freak? Well, the Freak, right? At the end?
The Freak.
Dude, fuck.
I forgot about that movie.
That was a really fucking good movie.
I can't forget about that movie.
Bro, Bradley Cooper.
Now with that twist at the end. Oof.
By the way, Louis C.K. just released a special. So.
Really? On Netflix?
No, on his website. So we're gonna watch it and we'll review that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks guys for watching. Let us know what you thought about this movie. I mean, it won all these Oscars. Finally, I thought, fuck, they're giving it to the right movies. And a lot of the movies nominated, I was happy with as well. 1917, The Fablemans, which I just watched today. Yeah, there were other movies there that were really good, and I think that maybe the Oscars is now looking at actual good movies. I don't know if you guys remember the last Oscars that we reviewed, or maybe the one before that where Coda won. The other movies there were just odd. But yeah.
Yeah, they were. Well, Nightmare Alley, I think, should have won last year instead of Coda. But Coda was really good too. I don't know.
Yeah. Coda is good. No, Coda was good. It is cheesy, but it's good.
And actually, now you're speaking about the Fablemans. They were also in the running for Best Actress. And obviously Michelle Yeoh beat her out.
Yeah,
with,
that was
with
good,
everything everywhere all at once.
I have my. Yeah, I mean, I think that you're talking about the mom in the Fablemans.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
All right. Well, we'll review the Fablemans, which is about Steven Spielberg and his upbringing. I
will say that there's some nominations that were kind of weird. Avatar being nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, Avatar shouldn't even be in this category. Like, if your
Best
movie
Picture?
looks like a Disney World ride, like that's another category.
What about Best Picture? Can you give it to that?
But I think they should have their own category, like with Marvel movies.
Like
Also,
best animated?
Maverick.
No, Maverick.
Best fantasy movie for children.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That one was weird, and yeah, Top Gun was also another weird one. It's like this is just like a feel-good, hoorah American movie. Like why?
But it was actually pretty good. I did like Top Gun, the Maverick.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
don't get me wrong. It was really good. I'll watch it anytime, but I don't think nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, it's a little much.
I just don't think it should be in the same category as the other ones. They should have their own thing, like movies for stupid
Coming
people.
to TNT in 2 years.
I don't know. You're talking mad shit. All right,
Like-
the Broski Doodles. We're about the good movies, but I mean, Avatar. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch Maverick either.
Well, you're not missing much on Avatar. The plot was really dumb. I think Top Gun is worth a watch. It's fun.
Supposedly part 3, they're gonna introduce lava people, like lava Avatar.
That's like a joke, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't have FOMO for that one.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
make sure to subscribe. This way you don't have any FOMO about missing out on the episodes that we come out with. And yeah, we're on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Pirate Bay, LimeWire, BearShare,
Pornhub.
Napster. And Pornhub is coming out, drilling that shit.
We can't say that word. P-Hub. You say P-Hub.
Oh,
Say the hub.
The hub.
The hub.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Take care. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.